What's up, guys? It's Shane here, and I just came back from the 2024 NAWCQ. I got top 16 with Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. The deck was insane, so I wanted to bring you the deck profile. Also, wanted to go over my rounds, kind of the craziest part of the tournament. I started off X2, so I lost round 1 to Runic Stun. I lost 1-2. I got spooky dogwooded in time, and just nothing you can do about that. And then round 2, I lost. I got 2-0'd by Labyrinth. It was a super good Labyrinth player. He hit me with the Equation Cannon. Another one where my deck wasn't built to beat back row decks. It was only built to to be really good against the Mirror and Ubel. And I lost round 1 and 2. Just it still ended up top 16. So it just goes to show, even if you don't start out the tournament how you want to, just keep your head in the game. Don't give up. Stay focused and stay positive. And if I can do it, you can do it. So I was able to win the next 9 rounds in a row. And then the last round, I had a really grindy match with Despia, and we ended up in a tie. So I ended up X2-1. Made top 64. I was 56th after Swiss, which paired me up against the number 9 person after Swiss, which was Enzo, which was a really tough match. Ended up beating him 2-1, kind of just drew better in game 3. But I skipped through some here, so let's go through. Round 3, I won 2-0 versus Ubel Fiendsmith. Round 4, I won 2-1 versus Chimera Fiendsmith. Shout out to that guy, Saul. He played super well. I think that one came down to whoever won the die roll, because the Chimera Fiendsmith deck is just so strong going first. It's super scary. And he played really well. Round 5 was another Runic Stun. I ended up 2-0ing him somehow. Round 6 was a mirror match, Snake Eye Fiendsmith. I won 2-1. Round 7, shout out to this guy, Dynamorphia. He made it really far with his Dynamorphia deck, which is impressive. That deck's pretty cool. Not cool to play against. Not the most interactive gameplay. Round 8 was Tenpai. I won 2-1. Round 9 was Ubel Fiendsmith. I won 2-1. Round 10, Snake Eye Fiendsmith. I won 2-1. Round 11, Tenpai. I won 2-0. That guy was super good player. He ended up in top 64. He played really well. I just kind of drew a little bit better than him. Round 12 was the tie versus the Branded Despia. Super good player. He ended up top 64 as well. And then in top 64, I played Enzo. He's a phenomenal player. I won 2-1. Top 32, I played Joseph Chow. Again, he's a super good player. I ended up winning 2-0. And then in top 16, I lost to Logan Johnson. He's, you probably saw him in the World's Points Qualifier. He's just an excellent player. Hats off to him. I ended up making a few really, really bad plays. I punted it right to him. I didn't really make him work for it, but again, he played excellent, so got to give it to him. He was the 8 seed, so after Swiss. So again, super good player. So I ended up top 16. Got a nice, cool little prize card here. Shout outs. I'll shout out first my testing partner, Alex. We played a lot of mirror matches, so I knew how to play the mirror match. Other than that, I wasn't super prepared for the other matchups. But shout out to him. Without him, I couldn't have done this. Luc Sacco, check out his YouTube and his Metafy. He is one of the best coaches in the game. If you want to get better at the game, reach out to him. He was a super big help. Couldn't have done it without him. I'll link his Metafy down below and his YouTube. He puts out extremely good, helpful content, so check that out. Also, shout out Paulo. He won YCS, I think, Rally. He had extremely good with Snake Eye. Got some good advice from him. So shout out to Paulo. Shout out Michael Bagelman. He stopped by our hotel in the lobby on Thursday night, and based on his theory and his Tenpai testing with me, it was instrumental. I made a lot of changes that I wouldn't have otherwise played, and he he taught me a lesson when I mournered his the new Genroku on summon, and I didn't know it was a quick effect. So Shout out to that testing. Came a long way after that. He really helped me beat the 10 pie opponents that I played, so that was super helpful. Shout out to the crew I traveled with, Parker, Zach, and Alex. They were there supporting me, which means a lot to me. It was a really big help, so I really appreciate them. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, make sure to comment down below. I'm going to do my best to answer them all. It's Snake Eye Fiendsmith, so it's, you know, it's not obviously the craziest choice, but there's a lot of really cool main and side deck options that I chose. So if you have any questions or preparing for an event, let me know. If you want to see a video on the siding patterns I did were pretty cool. It helped me a lot until top 16, where it just flat out cost me game 2. So I might have to rethink that, but I'd be happy to go over that. If you want to see the combos I was doing, I have some really cool combos, the 1-card combo, the 2-card combo. And yeah, the combos are insane. So the deck's just very good. It carried me. I didn't play the most optimally, but it's just an extremely strong deck. I think every choice in the main and side deck was really, really strong, really good. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop into the top 16 NAWCQ 2024 deck profile. Okay, so let's jump right into the deck profile. We'll start off with the Snake Eyes engine. Pretty self-explanatory. 3 Snake Eyes Ash, 2 Snake Eye Poplar, 1 Oak, 1 Snake Eye Diabellstar, 1 Flamberge, 3 Bonfire, 1 Temple, 1 Original, and then for the Wanted Diabellstar engine, pretty self-explanatory again. 3 Wanted, consistency. 3 Diabellstar, you need to play 3. I side down to just 1 Diabellstar. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see the siding patterns that I did, and also the combos that I did with this deck. Into the Fiendsmith engine, 3 Fiendsmith Engraver, you have to play 3. It's one of the best extenders, and it helps you play through anything. 1 Lurie, 1 Tract, you don't need any more than that. Fiendsmith engine all day was just insane. You just have to have it. It's just too good not to play. Best card in my deck, 3 Mulch Army Perulia. This card was crazy. It single-handedly won me multiple games, and not even because I was drawing a lot of cards, because I was activating it, and then it made the opponent play really weirdly, and they set up like a board that was just not good enough, and I would just break the board with engine even. So it's so good because if they play into it, you can draw 2 or 3 versus Snake Eyes, or you can sometimes even draw 4 versus Ubel, because they have the Squirmer, they have the Shavara, and then they have 2 normal summons. So Mulch Army was crazy. It was a really good main deck choice for me. And the reason was because in my testing, every time I would lose the die roll, I would simply lose the game. So I needed something that would give me an edge, and this was it, and it performed really well. It pairs super well with the hand traps that I played. So I played 3 Nib, I played 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, 3 Mourner. A lot of people cut Mourner. I wanted more ways to be able to stop my opponent. This card came in handy. I think it was top 64. He top decked a Witch, and he had a card on field to send, and my last card was Mourner in hand, so I won the game because I had more follow-up. Mourner was really good all day, and actually the burn effect really comes in handy. If you can, use Mourner on their Witch and burn them for 2,500, that's really strong. 3 Ash Blossom, you just have to play it, and then 3 main deck Crossout. Crossout was insane for me all day. I can't even tell you how many times I cross out a hand trap and I had no other way to play. You think with this deck there's a lot of extenders, but you just draw a lot of weird hands with, it might be 4 hand traps, so Crossout was insane. Let's get into the extra deck. 1 Relinquished Anima, 1 Lit All Night, 1 Phoenix. A lot of people cut Phoenix, but Phoenix is on every end board for me, co-linked with Appaloosa, so it can't be destroyed by battle. And then when you summon the Little Knight, you can put Little Knight here. And then when you summon the Princess, you can put Princess here. So they're all co-linked. Pretty cool. Not much to say. You need Anima for if they droll you. You can pretty much play through droll really easily with Anima. Phoenix, super good for spot removal as well, back row removal. Princess, obviously you have to play it. IP, Hida, Celine, Appaloosa, Moon in the Close Sky. This card's probably going to get banned. That's why it's a common. It's just too easy to bridge. Requiem. Would have maybe won my top 16 if I would have remembered that this can summon from hand. Sequence, not much to say about these. I chose Beatrice because it's super flexible. I needed it a lot to be able to play going second, especially because I side out of a lot of the engine. Again, let me know down below if you want to see the siding patterns. Desiree, a lot of people didn't play Desiree, but this card was crazy for me all day. You want to go for it when you can, and there's a standard 2-card combo, one way to Witch, and then one way to Snake Eyes Ash, where you end on this and Appaloosa and IP in the Spell and Trap Zone, Flamberge on board, Princess Engraved, so it's extremely strong. And when they out it, it has an effect that sends a card on the field to the graveyard, which is really, really good. I would definitely play that again. Lacrima, not much to say. Necroquip, it was between this and Dark Charmer. And I went with this because it just gives you more ways to play with your Fiendsmith engine. It came up a couple times, but in all honesty, it wasn't that great. I think I lost most of the games where I summoned it because it's kind of like almost a desperation play. So I'd maybe think about Dark Charmer. I think Dark's really good. Or you could play Access Code here. You notice I have no way to kill, and that's why the Mourner damage came up a lot, because the deck itself does play a lot of big bodies, but I did miss Access Code Talker a couple times. It just would have been a lot cleaner. It forced me into some kind of weird plays, and then if I did math wrong and didn't kill him, it puts you in a really weird spot. So let's do the side deck. The side deck's kind of crazy. I did 3 Triple Tactics Talent. I was siding this in going first and second against Snake Eyes, so there's obviously an argument to put it in the main deck. I'm not sure what I would take out. I need to think about that, but this card was insane all day. It got me out of a lot of jams. Being able to draw 2 or look at their hand is just, it's too good. You have to play it somewhere in your list. I did 1 Called By. Again, I just wanted ways to play. If the deck plays, the deck wins. It's just, you just got to get going. If they stop you with hand traps, then you're in a rough spot. So I wanted as many ways to shield my plays as possible. 1 Magnamut, 1 Druis. These were last minute Thursday night additions to the deck, and they were insane. They were super good. They probably should be in the main deck just because they're so good versus the Fiendsmith engine. And Magnamut itself just gives you so much advantage. The main deck is so tight. The main deck's 45 cards, so I don't know what I would change in that, but they are definitely good enough to be in the main deck. I saw a lot of people doing that. The Bystials are super strong. I also played another going first package. I played the Dimensional Barrier, the Different Dimension Ground, and the Angel Blue Tears. Shout out to Michael Bagelman. He convinced me to play this last minute. It came in handy a lot. It's super strong versus Tenpai to have the D barrier, good against obviously like Despia, and then DDG is extremely strong in the mirror match. It only works if you flip it. I found that out. I found that out in my top 16 match. If I flip this, I win, but I didn't do that, so I tried to get too fancy with it. This package was really, really strong. I only hard drew this, I think, once or twice. It does suck siding into a brick going first. That's like the main argument against it is you have to put literally a brick in your deck going first, which sucks, but I only drew it once. And then 3 Skill Drain. So this side deck is basically just to make sure you cannot lose if you go first, because you're siding into 3 Skill Drain, you're siding into the Angel Blue Tears, and you're siding into Triple Tactics Talent. And you even side into the Magnamut. and the Bastille going first because they're level 6 extenders. So you really can't lose with this side deck if you go first. And I'm already main decking 18 hand traps, so I should be pretty good for going second. Last card was Ghost Ogre. Ogre was pretty good. I didn't play as much Ubel as I thought I would. It was good against Tenpai. It did save me one time against Tenpai. His only play was the field spell, and I ogred it. So that was really strong. Otherwise, I don't know. It feels like it could be something more high impact. You'll notice there's no Droll and Lockbird in my list. I never... In testing, all my testing was against Snake Eye Diabellstar, the Snake Eye Fiendsmith, the mirror match. So Droll was just horrible in the mirror match for me, so I decided not to play it at all on my list. I was considering one for crossout, but the main deck was already at 45 cards, and I never once needed to cross out Droll. So typically if they Droll you, you want to cross out the next hand trap, because Droll by itself doesn't really do anything in the mirror match. Ogre was okay. I may cut it for something else moving forward, but it was definitely not bad. Yeah, so that's it.